How's it going, guys? Ghost Flipping here. I hope you guys are doing great. I do apologize for not uploading the past couple days. I've just been busy, just been chilling, and trying to improve my flipping. Because recently I haven't been the most, I haven't been the most impressed with my flipping ability. I got kind of a little bit out of flipping plateau, which is basically, when you feel like you can't learn any more tricks than what you already know. But I've finally been able to kind of branch out a little bit and kind of expand my flipping knowledge, which has been good. Just taking it slowly. But yeah, anyways, today's not about flipping plateaus. I wanted to talk about some tips that I have for anybody who is deciding on switching over to live blades. Now, obviously, nobody has to flip live blades only, but if you're looking to transition into live blades from trainers. Now, I am no expert when it comes to flipping live blades, as I don't own any currently, but I have flipped live blades pretty consistently for a while, and, it's definitely a hump to get over when it comes to transitioning. So I just thought I would give you guys some tips to give you some peace of mind on how I'd recommend transitioning from trainers to live blades. So my biggest tip for a transition to a live blade is practicing on a trainer first. This is common sense, duh. What I mean by that is literally pretend that your trainer is a live blade, okay? If you touch this, you will cut yourself. Pretend that. Pretend that if you touch the bite side, that you'll cut yourself. Obviously you won't because it's a trainer, but if you train your hand to process the trainer as an actual knife, it can teach you on, ways that you could possibly cut yourself or ways that you won't cut yourself, right? So I would obviously recommend getting familiar with a trainer blade first. And I do want to say right away, if you are new into this hobby, like I'm talking like a couple weeks, even like a month or so, I would recommend just sticking to trainers. Get used to them first, right? Become comfortable with how balisongs flip in general, because I feel like at that stage, you're still kind of learning how everything works. And that's awesome, like if you can do a bunch of cool tricks and you can do, all that ladders and all that. But if you haven't been flipping for that long, I would just recommend becoming extremely familiar with trainers first. Then you can transition over. It just makes it a lot easier on you, right? You're less likely to cause injury if you don't know what you're doing. So, yeah. But after that, first step I would say of transitioning to live blades is become really familiar with trainers and start off to pretend like a trainer is an actual live blade and do scenarios. So what I mean by scenarios What I mean by scenarios is do combos that which parts you are on the bite handle. For example, when I'm doing a behind the 8 ball, I know that if I do this and I do an extra index rollover, I have to do a wrist pass right here. If I don't do a wrist pass, I'm going to hit my finger on the bite handle, right? I could do this with my eyes closed. I know that if I do this, I have to do a wrist pass. If I don't do a wrist pass, then I will cut myself, right? That is an example of a combo scenario, right? Doing scenarios in your head where you know what handle you're holding, right? When you can and can't cut yourself. Because once you become familiar with those, you can just do those comfortably on a live blade because all right, I have the potential of cutting myself on this part of the combo, but I don't have the potential of cutting myself on this part, right? There's different parts. So when you teach yourself different scenarios, you can become more aware of, when you can and can't get cut. I hope that makes sense because that's something that helped me tremendously when I transitioned into flipping live blades. So, yeah, that's the first thing. Become familiar with trainers, practice scenarios, and the last part is confidence. Now, this is something that will just come with time, obviously, but if you are like me, when I first got into a live blade and I started flipping it, it definitely takes a toll at your confidence, especially when you're doing, more advanced tricks that you're familiar doing on a trainer, but all of a sudden when you start doing it on a live blade, it's like you've never learned it before and you've never done it in your life, right? Your natural body instincts are just like, ooh, this is dangerous, right? And your body just has a brain fart. At least that's what happened to me. So go ahead and start small. Start on tricks that you're comfortable with. Maybe you're comfortable with just doing a basic behind the 8 ball. So go ahead and do it behind the 8 ball, nice and slow, nice and careful, right? And then slowly work your way up. That's my biggest tip, is just kind of starting from ground zero and working your way up. Even if you're good on a trainer, I know trainers are significantly different than live blades. So go ahead and practice with the trainer, become familiar with it. And then once you do transition to the live blade, go ahead and do scenarios. Start from the bottom and work your way up, right? Now, just because you can hit double scissors on ballast on a trainer does not mean you can comfortably hit double scissors on a live blade. So just be cautious of that, right? But I'm not saying to not commit. That's another thing, is to make sure you're committing to things, right? If you're not committing, then you might be a little bit more rusty, more shaky, and you're more prone to injury when you're not very confident. Being confident is important, right? If you can do it, if you know you can do it, okay? You've done it before on a trainer. A live blade is not that much different, right? Just a little bit more risks that come with flipping a live blade. So yeah, that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about today. If you guys have any questions, comments, arguments, anything like that, let me know in the comments, and I will answer every single comment. I always try to do so when I have the free time. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to thank you guys for all the support I've received recently. We're getting extremely close to 850 subscribers, I think. Right now, I think we're at like 810 or something like that. So I do want to thank all of you guys for 800 subscribers. Face reveal at 1K. So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.